So Donald Trump's approval rating is absolutely plummeting. Check out this headline. Trump's approval rating on the economy drops to lowest of his presidential career. I want to go through this and some of the protests over the weekend. So let's just jump right in. So this is coming from CNBC, and the details says President Donald Trump is registering the worst economic approval numbers of his presidential career amid broad discontent over his handling of tariffs, inflation, and government spending. And when you put all these things together, right? So tariffs, basically, you're going to have to pay taxes to Trump and Musk, right? Give me that money. Inflation, wow, you feel like my money's not worth anything anymore, right? Everything's going up in cost. And government spending, like you told us that you were going to cut costs, but yet you're spending more. I mean, you put all these things together and not a good look for Trump. And that's why you're seeing these horrific numbers. Also says here, the survey found that the boost in economic optimism that accompanied Trump's reelection has disappeared, right? And to be fair, if you voted for Trump, you're like, okay, I'm tired of this Biden guy. Let's just get some change. How worse could it possibly be? How bad could it possibly get? Well, as you're finding out, was it fool around and find out? Maybe not so great, according to what's happening with the poll numbers with Trump. I mean, it's sinking to the worst we've ever seen. So if you guys are ever wondering, are you alone in what you're seeing? And the answer is no. I mean, people are starting to come around to realize, man, this is just god awful. So here it says, more Americans now believing the economy will get worse than at any time since 2023. And with the sharp turn towards pessimism about the stock market, right? So you got the economy worries, you got the stock market worries. And here's the actual numbers. The survey of 1,000 Americans across the country showed 44% approving of Trump's handling of the presidency. Okay, so 44% approval and 51% disapproving, slightly better than CNBC's final reading than the president left office in 2020. So he is a little bit better than 2020, but I wouldn't say 51% disapproving to be good numbers. I mean, that means over half the people don't like you. And then when it comes to the economy, it gets worse. On the economy, however, the survey showed Trump with a 43% approval and 55% disapproval. The first time in any CNBC poll that has been a net negative on the economy while president. I mean, whenever we go through these things, it's like, do I laugh? Do I cry? because the funny thing is like how bad this guy is, right? I mean, you have to be honest. I mean, it's awful. But then the sad thing is, oh my God, this guy is so awful. And like, how is this even a thing? Like, who even follows this guy at all? How is his approval at 43 on the economy still? And effectively what it is that Republicans are still sticking with the guy. It says here, Trump's Republican base remains solid behind him, but Democrats at net negative 90 net economic approval are 30 points more negative than their average during his first term. So basically, if you didn't like Trump before, you really don't like him now. And independents are 23 points more negative, right? Blue-collar workers who were key to the president's election victory remain positive on Trump's handling of the economy, so they're hoping their factory jobs come back. But their disapproval numbers have shot up by 14 points. Oof, that hurts. Compared to their average for his work for his first term. There were a lot of protests. It was the 50-50 one, so I think that's like 50 states, 50 cities, one protest or something like that. This is Minnesota, and I always like to go through these things because it shows that you're not alone. So this person says your silence will not protect you, so meaning that you need to stand up. Minnesota has a strong tradition of this kind of thing. This is Cincinnati, so you can see here it says hands off. It's all over. This is a cute little dog saying racism, the real virus, MAGA, is how it spreads. What else we have here? This is in Seattle. You guys can see. And it was really everywhere. This is in Richmond. And it's always good to see this stuff because, again, if you feel like you're alone and you see the news or you watch my channel, you're like, why don't more people see that Trump's insane? Well, they are. I mean, people are taking to the streets for various reasons. I think, one of the things that I've learned, say, following politics, etc., taking a page out of Clinton's book, right? It's the economy, stupid, right? I mean, that's what it boils down to. If people feel good about the future, they feel good about jobs, they feel good about their economic prospects, right? Other things, we can fight about and debate about, but number one is people need to put food on their table. Let's be real about that stuff. And the problem is with, say, like the Trump or the Musk. I mean, these, they were born rich. They really don't care about your problems at all, nor they understand your problems, right? I don't think Trump's ever worked a day in his life, to be perfectly frank. I mean, do you honestly think, Trump's ever cleaned anything, right? I mean, and for most of us, right, prepare food, clean, our house, do the dishes, do the laundry, these kind of things. Trump's, grew up with servants, that kind of stuff. And they just don't understand. So that's why they can fire you on a whim, because for you, for just us regular people, we're all hired help to him. That's how he thinks of it. Or in some ways, I don't know the other way you could say it, when they don't pay you. But look all these protests. This is in Buffalo. Stand up, we people know, me the people know kings. This is in New York. I mean, really a lot. This person says Cory Booker sent me. It's funny. My taxes should support Social Security, not fund concentration camps in El Salvador. Yeah, these are much stronger messages. I'm just reading the different messages. This is the New London, Connecticut. I mean, it's all over the place, and this is in Philly. And if you guys were at a protest, you can let me know what city that you're in and what kind of turnout. What city was this one? It's really a lot. This is in Lansing, Michigan. Voice of America. This is a different. God, where's this one? This one is in Cincinnati again. This is in Denver. We the people, we say no to deportations. And regarding the court fights and the deportations, I mean, the biggest thing here is due process. I try to give you guys facts of the variety of cases that are out there. Some are more egregious than others. Some we don't even really know all the facts, to be perfectly frank. But regardless of any of these things, due process, right? People have a right to a fair hearing. People have a right to a lawyer to defend themselves. People have a right to see what the charges are. The prosecution should present their evidence. All these kind of things, and and there's just so many situations going on. So anyway, Congress, why do you kneel? It's a pretty good one as well. So that's what's going on. Trump's approval is down. Protests are up. I want to hear your thoughts, and I'll catch you on the next video.